Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Python Gurukul. Today we'll be talking about Pytest, Fail and Raises. So far we have learned about how we can use the assert to write any of the test verification. Today we'll be seeing how we can use fail and raises to write our own way of verification. So fail can be used to explicitly fail a test where assert is not suitable. So if we want to write our own way of failing the test cases, we can call the fail function wherever we want. We can take a look into this example. In this particular test, we want to fail the certain test on this particular condition. So we don't have to explicitly call the assert. For any kind of condition verification we want to fail our test, we can simply call the pytest.fail and fail the test case. Only the condition is we have to set our own condition and then call the fail. The same test case can be written very easily with the assert, but with the assert we don't have luxury to have our own condition. So that's why fail is really important. Also, fail give us the luxury of writing our own helper test function. So at any point of time, we can create our own assert with the help of fail and keep calling whenever we want. So now let's talk about pytest raises. Raises function help us to look for expected exception. We can look for the next block of the code and make sure that the block of the code is going to throw exception. This particular test case will fail if the exception was not thrown or exception was not thrown or it was thrown of different type. So in both cases, the test case is going to fail. And let's go ahead, run the test case. We can see that we had the two objects, B1 and B2. We did the comparison, and as they are not equal, we want to fail the test case. So here we are not failing with we are failing with the help of pytest.fail. So we can have our own condition and then fail the test case. So that's very handy. Now let's clear the screen and take a look at another example of exception. In this particular test case, we have three test cases and all pass. Let me bring the test case here. So I want to start with, we want to start with this particular test case. We are just saying that this particular block of the code should be throwing type error exception, and that's what has happened. Let me change something here and fail the test case. So we'll say that maybe key error, save the test case, go to the command prompt and run the test case. This time we are expecting key error, but what we got the type error. So the test case is going to fail. One more thing we'll highlight here. Let's say this particular block of the code is just print message. And now we know that it is not going to throw the exception. And let's do the type error. Go to the command prompt and run the test case. Again, this time did not raise the exception. So in both conditions, if it is not raising or if it is not raising the right type of exception, in both cases, the test case is going to fail. So that's how we can use the raises. One more thing I want to highlight, and with the raises, we can also look into the messages. So whatever message we are getting, the message should have this kind of content. And that's what we're expecting. And we can put the same thing into the raises. So it is going to check that whatever exception we got, the exception should have something like this. So let me change here. Hello. And save the test case, run the test case. So this time also it will fail because We were looking for something like this, but we are not going to get like that. That's why our test cases. And that's all I had for today. Thank you for watching. If you like my video, please share and subscribe.